Hello, I'm Ted Ross. I am the CEO and co-founder of SpyCloud. If you haven't heard of us before, we're a company that focuses on preventing fraud, specifically through preventing account takeovers for your employees and your customers. We also have a product that will empower your supply chain vendors so that they can remediate the risk of account takeover before it becomes an active breach for you. So I'm here to share a prediction for 2020. The prediction is very simple. 2020 is the year that the 90-day password rotation policy will go away. There's a couple of reasons for this. First reason is it encourages bad hygiene. Everybody hates changing their password every 90 days. So they do what every human does. They take the easy path. They change their password to something they can remember, a variation of something they've used before, most likely. Second reason is every time you change your password, you play into the criminal's hands. They know that you have a 90-day password rotation policy in place, and so they're pretty sophisticated. They can guess all these different variations of your passwords, and if they don't get it right, they know that in 90 days, they'll get another chance. So every 90 days, they get another at bat. So what do you do instead? Only change your password when the password is exposed or when a variation of the password is exposed, and that's specifically where SpyCloud can help. So if you haven't heard of us before, please come to our website, check us out, hit the contact us. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Bruce Kornfeld. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Store Magic, and David asked me to record some 2020 predictions for his blog, so here we go. First of all, the biggest one I would say is edge computing is about to take off. It has been growing, but 2020 is going to be a big year for edge computing, mostly because data needs to be processed and stored where it's being created, mostly because in many cases it's too expensive or too slow to get it to the cloud or to a data center. I've spent most of the week out here at the Gartner IOCS conference, and edge computing has been the talk of the conference. Customers and users are asking analysts, how do we plan for edge? What do we do about edge? So it's here, it's growing, and it's coming. Along with that, one of the things that'll happen as another prediction is customers are going to want to do more at the edge. So artificial intelligence and machine learning will start to take off at the edge. Innovation is going to happen to help organizations analyze data in new ways, take actions automatically. That whole field is going to take off in 2020 as well. And lastly, with all of these proliferation of edge sites, thousands of them, 10,000s of them per organization, how do you manage all of that? It's going to open up a whole new world in terms of developing new management tools to manage all of these edge locations. That's all I have time for. I got to run back to blackjack tables. Thanks very much.
Yeah, my name is Casey Clark. I'm the Chief Customer Officer at Scalar. I get to spend a lot of time in the market working with our customers, understanding their needs, wants, desires, where they feel like the market is going, and where their kind of major initiatives are, and then bringing that back internally to help kind of drive company direction. We're seeing a huge trend around the consolidation of all of the digital data that businesses put out. That could be things like APM, SIM, network devices, or just plain old infrastructure logs. They're looking for a place to consolidate all of this data, and the current tools just aren't keeping up from a cost performance perspective. There are a lot of tools out in the market today that do bits and pieces of this. Where we see the main pain coming up is around the cost, performance, and scalability. The legacy technologies out there are not designed to keep up with the massive explosion of high cardinality data that things like microservices are driving. Yeah, the key benefits are going to be around cost, performance, and scalability, right? Being able to keep all your data for as long as you'd like, searching through it in real time, and doing it in a manner that fits in your budget. It also enables collaboration between teams where everybody's able to work off of a single data set and then have their tools that will tap into this data set to make use of it. And you can think of it like data science tools. If people want to run models in R or Jupyter notebooks, they can leverage those, but working off of a singular data set, or security teams wanting to leverage their own best of breed SIM tool, but they need access to kind of this high fidelity granular information that infrastructure and network devices are putting out and are being stored in data stores such as Scalar. Really any sort of digital business, and that can be e-commerce, media, any sort of SaaS business, any sort of company that is running any sort of digital transformation efforts. And then within an organization, obviously there's the typical users of DevOps and SRE and analysts and data scientists. But really this is the most foundational information that's coming out of your business. And so the entire organization can benefit from a single place to store all this data and look through it. Obviously, we're excited for 2020. There's going to be more cost, performance, and scalability, hitting entirely new levels that are unseen in kind of the SaaS data management world. Obviously continuing to support our partners in sort of the metrics and APM space as well. So we've got a lot of exciting things coming out in 2020.